Okay, so good evening, everyone. Can someone hear me? Can you confirm if you can hear me from online?
Good evening, sir. We can
Good
hear you.
evening, sir.
All right,
Can
thank you.
you?
Okay, so good evening once again. Let's start. I think we just have 1 minute more. So on 6, we will commence straight away. So today is just the first part of the case study. We are going to get familiar with the case. The first thing is you must understand the case. You must know what they are trying to talk about. You must know where probably they are driving the case to. So when you have the understanding, and we can now go for deeper aspect of it, which is the final part, where we are going to be looking at the suggested solution, the reports, and the necessary calculations we may be expecting during the that. So without wasting our time, we are going to be analyzing the case. So my name is James, and I have the case here. I think the case is still open. I believe you can see my screen. Please, you can just mute your mic if you are not. Okay, just hold on.
So, should we define the goal before model planning? Yes. The answer is yes.
Mute your mic, Desmond. Thank you. And you can off your video as well, your camera. So I'm trying to open the case, though I've opened it before, but I don't know why it's not open. So what we are going to do is that we are going to look through the case from the beginning to the start. What you need to do, what you need to know, and then we'll discuss together. Okay, so this is the ICAN case study for this November 2024. And those who have been with us from the start of this diet, we have done something similar to this from beginning to the end, like two past questions or so. So it should not be a problem to us again. But let's start. So I will leave all this front page alone for you to go. Please just make sure you mute your mic so that we can enjoy ourselves. So the case study is 4 hours paper, no doubt. And that's what they put there. Time allowed is 4 hours. Time allowed is 4 hours. I believe everybody can hear me. So please just mute your mic. Don't unmute your mic if I mute you, please. So the paper is 4 hours. And you can see this material is issued prior to the examination date to enable you familiarize yourself with the case scenario so that you can undertake any research and analysis that you may deem fit. This preceding part of the case study examination is also published on the Institute website. I think that one is clear. What is the purpose? Why are they releasing preceding first before the exam? They want you to go and do 1, research, and 2, the analysis before the examination, so that you can get familiar with the what? With the questions you are going to see. Because case study is about 25-30 pages of examination paper. So it will be too bulky for you when you are seeing 30 pages on the day you are writing the exam. But if you are familiar yourself with it and you know what is likely to happen, then once you see the unseen part of it, you will be able to catch up with it. So case study is divided into 2, pre-seen and unseen. Okay. The illustration continue. They say you must not bring this material with you to the examination hall. Upon receipt of this material, you are required to spend the next few days to the examination date to familiarize yourself with the information provided, carry out any additional research and or analysis about the industry. That is 1, together with the relevant developments in that particular industry, and analyze the financial result provided in preparation for the examination. So when you have done these things, it means you are ready for the exam. Number 1, you have done research, additional research. They have given you information on this case. Do additional research, do analysis like what you want to do today, and then the financial results, you analyze the financial information given to you. That is third one. Now, you should note that the use of pre-seen part of the case study will not significantly help you in answering all the questions during the examination. You cannot say, I want to focus only on pre-seen, and you now ignore unseen. Or whatever solution we provide now, and on Saturday, the final day, you now say, this is the only paper, this is the only solution I want to go and copy and paste in the examination hall. If you do that, you are wrong. They said this pre-seen is not enough. So it will complement what you are going to see on the examination day. It is essential you carry out, please mute your mic. It is essential that you carry out sufficient analysis on your own so that you can leverage the pre-seen part of the case scenario as appropriate during the what? During the exam. Then they continue. At the start of the examination, you will receive the complete case scenario. That is, on your examination day, you are going to receive both pre-seen, this particular thing you are having here, and unseen together as a complete question. Nothing will change in this pre-seen you are seeing. They will not remove, even A or high will not be removed from this what they have released. So they will just add unseen to it to make it a complete question. So you will receive the complete case scenario, which will include both the pre-seen we are looking at now and the unseen section, which includes the question to be answered. You must use the answer paper provided by ICAN in the examination hall. You cannot say you want to use another exam sheet or answer sheet or answer booklet. It must be the one they provide, because case study answers booklet is different from other papers. Any solution presented with other papers will not be marked. So please note that. These are the little things you must know before you go for the exam, because this one is a professional exam. And when you are writing, they are expecting a professional delivery. Now, assessment of the case study. The marks in the case study examination are awarded for professional skills and are appropriately, approximately allocated as follows. Number 1, assimilation and using information. That is 20 marks or 20%. Structuring problems and solution, not just to mention problems alone. Any problems you mention during the case, you must provide solution. So when you do that, you have earned yourself additional what? Additional 20 marks. Applying judgment, that is, by not giving a wrong judgment, by not concluding, what you just have to do is to sit on the fence. You are not commanding the management to do this or do that. You just advise them. We are going to look at all those areas as we move on. The next one, drawing conclusion and making recommendations. The way you are going to conclude the case and you make the recommendations for the management. Demonstrating integrative and multidisciplinary skills. That is, whatever you have learned in other papers, whatever you have learned in SFM, what you have learned in taxation, what you have learned in CSME, what you have learned in PM, what you have learned in CR, what you have learned in FR, PSAF, all those things, audit, everything you have learned in those papers, bringing them together and applying them where they are appropriate. Where you're supposed to quote standard, you quote standard. When you're supposed to quote audit standard, you quote audit standard. When you're supposed to quote formulas, you quote formula. When you're supposed to use CSME board resolution, you use all those things appropriately. Then you have earned yourself additional 10 marks. Presenting appropriate appendices. Appendices we are talking about, they are the calculations. So when you calculate your ratio, when you calculate your proposal they are going to give you, maybe it's business analysis model, the way you structure the models, appropriate structure, then you have earned yourself additional 10 marks. All this we need to explain properly for you to know what you are supposed to do in the examination hall. Now, let's continue. Of the total marks available, 20 marks will be assigned to the executive summary section. When you are writing your report, they are telling you that, see, out of the 100 marks, 20 marks is for executive summary. So it means you must write executive summary. When you fail to write the executive summary, your possibility or probability of passing that case study is very, very slim. Now, of your response, and appropriate 10 marks will be assigned for your consideration of ethical issue. There are two things you cannot ignore during the case study reports. Number one is executive summary, 20 marks. Another one is ethical issues. They may not mention it in the requirement, but you will definitely look out for it and mention it and give solution to it. So that is another 10 marks. By the time you put the two together, how many do you have? You have 30 marks already. Okay? Now, let's continue. Although ethical issue is not a specific requirement of this paper, as it has been tested in other subjects of ICAN professional exams. It has been tested in CSME, it has been tested in audit, it has been tested in FR and CR, they always test it. It will be tested within a requirement which may include any of the following areas. What are the areas of the ethical issue they are going to mention? They are going to test. They can test lack of professional independence and objectivity. Conflict of interest amongst stakeholders. Doubtful accounting or creative accounting practice. Unethical business or commercial practice, and last one, inappropriate pressure to achieve a reported result. All this, I believe you all understand them. When we talk about lack of professional independence or objectivity, when there is bias, do you understand? Or when when you are carrying out the assignment, the professionalism is not there. Confidentiality, all this confidentiality, integrity, all these are not there. Then conflict of interest, it means the management are only running for their own profit making. Doubtful accounting or creative accounting, that is when they are presenting false information about the financial information. Maybe they are over reporting their revenue. Maybe their revenue is 20 million. They are reporting it as 30 million so that they can have higher profit to get more investor into the company. All those things are unethical issues that you must look for in the report or in the case. Next one, you should note that marks are not awarded for simply restating facts from the case scenario. That is, you just copy what you have on the pre-scene here and you put it in your report directly. They said mark is not awarded for that. But marks are awarded for demonstrating professional skills and technical in-depth or technical depth. Therefore, to succeed, you are required to, one, what are the things you are required to when you are writing your report? One is show sufficient evidence of knowledge of the case scenario. That's why we always start with understanding the case itself. You must make sure you understand what the case is talking about. Show the evidence that you understand the case. Be able to carry out appropriate analysis of the issues involved and suggest feasible solution to the problems identified. Not just to identify the problems, provide solution to it. Demonstrate ability to make informed judgment on the basis of analysis carried out. That is, when you have done all your analysis, then put your judgments upon that analysis you have done. You cannot say I should go for project A when you did not show any calculations. How do you know that I should go for project A? Or your project A is based on your calculation, is giving me positive NPV. Your project B is giving me negative NPV, and you are telling me to go for project B without giving me qualitative aspect of it. That is, giving me reasons why I should go for it. Then generate reason conclusions upon which relevant recommendations are made. Omission of any of the above will diminish your chance of success in the examination. That is, we are warning you now so that you will take note of all those things. If I'm to be you, I will go back to that first page you have explained in this first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, read it again and understand what they are saying. Now, welcome to the real case. The case given to us by ICAN this diet is Travex Hotels Limited. In case you have not gone through the case, opportunity for you to go through it now. The name is Travex Hotel Limited, and this name is real. The hotel is in Abuja. I've been able to search for it. The hotel, the name is even correct name. Nothing, they did not change anything. So it means they are picking a real company to analyze. Now, lists of the exhibits. We have 1 to 6 exhibits in this precinct. However, when you get to the examination hall, they will add additional another exhibit, sorry. We have 1 to 6 exhibits. But when you get to the examination hall, they will add exhibits to it. Probably you can be getting it up to 11 or 12, depending on the additional information they want to know. Exhibit 1 is talking about you, Dan Kabil, and your employer, Techno Consulting Services. From here, your name on that day is Dan Kabil, and your company you are working for is Techno Consulting Services. And when you look at Techno Consulting Services, that looks like a what? A technology company. It's not an audit firm. You must note that. It doesn't look like audit firm. It looks like IT company or IT firms. Now let's continue. That's one point I want you to note there. The Nigeria economy and the hospitality industry. The company we want to analyze, it operates in hospitality industry. They've tested banking industry. They've tested higher institution. They've tested hospital, that is the clinic, or health industry. They've tested agriculture, agricultural industry, and the like. But this one, they want to test hospitality. The first thing that must come to your mind is hospitality. What is hospitality all about? What are they into? You must go and search for it. Number 2, business environment and challenges facing the hospitality. So you must know what is facing the hospitality in Nigeria, because the company you are going to analyze is in Nigeria. But this company is also an international company. That is, when you are considering Nigeria, you also have to consider outside of Nigeria. Now, Travex Hotel Limited, they also give you in history of Travex. They are giving you the board composition, the management, and the competition. Then Travex Hotel Limited, they also gave us 3 years summarized financial statement. Looking at that, you will see that they did not mention audited account. They said 3 years summary financial statement. Take note of that. Then number 6, hospitality business. They are talking about sustainability and innovation. That is sustainability. They have been mentioning it in the last 3 diets now. Then the innovation. What are the new things they want to bring into that hospitality industry? Ladies and gentlemen, so let's start with first one.
Sir, please, you're talking about hospitality. Sorry, my network took me out, sir.
Don't worry, we are still continuing. We will just continue. I will continue to mention that over and over again. Now, let's start with Exhibit 1. Exhibit 1 is talking about you. They said about you, Dan Kabil, and your employer, Techno Consulting Services. You are Dan Kabil, writing the professional level of ICAN examination. You are employed as a trainee consultant by Techno Consulting Services, and you report to Michael Chukuma. Your boss that you are reporting to is Chukuma. When you want to write your report on that day, the person you are going to be, the person that will ask you to write the report is Michael Chukuma. However, you are not writing to Michael Chukuma, you are writing to the board of directors. Do you understand? By the time we continue, I will continue to explain that. Partner in charge of the hospitality group within the firm. So the way we are looking at this, they say partner in charge of the hospitality group. Please mute your mic. Within the firm, I'm going to explain because they can change this thing to internal report again. Now it's looking like external report, but you have to be careful so that you not just go and say, because we have said it's external report, you just go there and start. They can frame it in another way that you will not be able to, but I'm still going to explain that as we move on. Now, what is your responsibility? This your responsibility is your requirement. They are going to form your requirement from this responsibility. Requirement will be in 2 ways. 1, 2. Requirement 1, requirement 2. But that requirement 1 and 2 will be within this, what you are seeing here. 1, preparing detailed financial analysis and report on the performance of the firm hospitality clients. So for now, this report is looking like external report. So what they want you to analyze here is the performance. And when you are talking about performance, it means they want you to analyze the income statements. That is what the performance is talking about. Number 2, analyzing your client financial statements to identify area of weakness and prevailing solution to the management. The second one is now talking about the financial position analysis, the weakness, okay? Number 3, assessing your client operational and strategic business proposal. They are going to give you proposal on that day. And the proposal they may likely give you might be investment appraisal, maybe CVP analysis. Okay? Either of the 2, or they can look for any topic in PM. We are still going to analyze that during our class on Saturday. We will solve as many questions to you to have the understanding of what it's all about. Then, number next is assessing your client financial and business forecast, together with the assumption upon which they are based to what? To suggest recommendation to the client. Then, drafting report for the partner based on the operational and strategic business analysis you have carried out. Now, you are going to write the report. That one is sure. There's no how you will write case study without reports. Now, this responsibility demands that you keep yourself abreast with development in the hospitality industry, both nationally and internationally, so that you can be able to carry out the above task effectively. Techno Consulting Services is a highly reputable consulting firm employing over 1,000 employees and specializing in high growth industry, including hospitality industry. It means your boss have a very good understanding about the hospitality. They did not say this is your first time. They said you are very versatile in that audit. Okay, let's continue. Exhibit 2. The Exhibit 2 is talking about the Nigerian economy and the hospitality industry. Here, they are giving you information about where this Travex Limited operates. They are giving you the situation report. They said Nigeria is one of the biggest markets in Africa and has a population of over 200 million people, with a youth population that provide Nigeria with an advantage over many countries. Because of our population, we have advantage. In addition, the country is endowed with excellent weather condition, many tourist attraction and significant natural resources, including oil and gas. They are trying to mention factors that is positive about where this company operates. They said we have a good condition, good weather condition, whereby different people from other countries will like to come to Nigeria just to come and enjoy themselves. Then they said tourist attractions. We have so many things that they can come and check and look for. We have all these our traditional, what do you call it? Like Oromio and stuff like that. We have Top Hill, we have rivers, they have so many things, Obudu, they have so many places they can come and check. And significant natural resources that they can come and look for. Then including oil and gas. The economy's heavy dependence on oil and gas has decreased in the last few years. For example, in the third quarter of 2022, activities in the oil and gas sector and the like that. We can read all those ones. What they are just trying to say is they are trying to tell us that though we focus on oil and gas before, but now we are trying to shift our attention from the oil and gas so that we can get other sources of revenue for the government, which is correct. However, oil and gas remains a crucial source of government revenue, constituted of 29% of the total government revenue. Let's leave that alone. Now, efforts are in place to diversify the economy while ensuring the country's energy security. That is, we are trying to diversify. We are trying to move away from crude and oil and gas to something else that can fetch us money. Now, the rate of growth and development have been hindered by a number of issues. Now they want to talk about the challenges. They said including poor implementation of government policies. One of the issues that affect the economy is the what? Is the policies. They may have good policy, but to implement it is another wala. It's another problem. The high cost of doing business. Many businesses are closing down now because of high cost of what? Of running the operation. The diesel is very high, petrol is high, electricity is not stable. So many things is affecting all the companies now, including Travex Hotel Limited, which is going to be part, because that is where they operate. So you must make sure you are pointing out all this issue now. You are identifying the issue, you are giving the solution. Don't forget. The poor state of essential infrastructure. There's no standard infrastructure. The road, stadium are not that standard. The road are not that good. What again? So many things that are not, even electricity, all this infrastructure, clinic, healthcare, schools are not there. Insecurity is another issue. People that want to come from other countries to come and visit or to come and do some things in your country or to come and enjoy themselves where there is no security. Do you think they are going to come? They won't come. They would rather stay in their country and manage or enjoy their holiday there than coming to Nigeria where this insecurity is at stake. Okay. Then another thing is corruption. Corruption, challenges with judicial system. So they don't want to know if you are the one that is right or wrong. As long as you can bribe, you can win the case. Low levels of transparency and accountability. Those are the problems that is happening in the environment where Travex Limited is operating. So definitely all these things will be affecting Travex Hotel Limited because that is where they operate. On the implementation of government policies, until recently, the Central Bank of Nigeria had imposed exchange control on several product categories intervened in the market to keep the official naira rate from depreciating. Though steps were taken to harmonize exchange rate in the past, this was not fully addressed until the resumption of the new administration. Now, go and understand what the official with this what they are trying to say here. They are trying to what? To harmonize the exchange rate in the past, but now the new administration have started implementing this, which will be a positive or advantage for Travex Hotel Limited because they operate international, and then people are coming from other countries. Despite the challenges, okay, before we go that, this notwithstanding, one of the most doubting challenges for business entering the Nigerian market is the limited access to foreign exchange, thus reducing the ability of import necessary inputs and equipment. Just make sure you underline that equipment. Probably Travex Hotel will be thinking of importing new equipment for them to have upper end. Now, and to service external debts, foreign exchange is tightly managed by the Central Bank of Nigeria, and users trade in the alternative market for their unmet needs. Let's move on. I don't want to talk much on this. Despite the challenges, Nigeria presents with a significant opportunity for local and international entrepreneurs. The development of the digital economy, understand that, ushering the massive use of technology, understand technology, has continued to provide opportunity for developing population and helping organizations to transform their processes, minimize the cost, one, and maximize stakeholders' return. That is what all companies are trying to do. We want to minimize cost and get higher profit. For instance, by leveraging data, businesses can gain valuable insight into their inventory, receivable, and cash flows, enabling them to make more informed operating, investing, and financing decisions. Let's leave that part. That's not where I actually want us to. That one is just for you to understand the environment and challenges that may likely be present in the unseen they are going to give you. And make sure you use those information accurately. Now, the next one, the hospitality industry in Nigeria. We now want to understand what the hospitality is all about. They said at a time, Nigeria had fastest growing hospitality. So even before we go to in that place, what is hospitality talking about? So in Nigeria, the hospitality industry is vibrant and become a significant part of the country, especially with the growing tourism and business activities. The industry encompasses a range of companies that offer diverse services. They do so many things to both to domestic and international people, citizens or individuals. Now, the first one is that when you mention hospitality industry, they can be hotels and resorts. And these people will provide lodging, they provide foods, they provide amenities, ranging from luxurious hospital, 5-star hotel, maybe accommodation, like when ICAN want to do their annual conference, they will go to hotel. So that is for hotels and resorts. They will give them accommodation, and then they will give them food if you want to go for food. This Travex Hotel Limited is part of them and is in Abuja. Then when we talk about hospitality, it can be your own area, can be restaurant and cafe. Maybe you just want to serve local and international dishes, restaurants in Nigeria. Maybe you want to host those who come for tourism. Maybe fast food or special eateries. They're also part of them. Maybe all these Mr. Bigs and the like, they are under hospitality industry. Now, your own can be event management companies. All you just want to be involved is to manage events. Someone want to do wedding. Someone want to do marriage. Someone want to do seminar, conference, ICAN conference. That's what you want to do. That's another part of hospitality industry. Another part is just tour and travel agencies. You are only involved in people that want to travel from one country to another. You want to go to Ghana to go and see, just go there for holiday. You may be under hospitality industry. Okay? You might be recreational and entertainment centers. This venue provide entertainment and leisure activities, including nightclub, bar, amusement park, and cinemas. You can also be as part of this. Okay? So in a nutshell, I've been able to analyze or summarize what the hospitality industry is all about. So let's move. However, the COVID-19 pandemic spread globally, and the tourism industry was one of the worst hit. This slowed down the growth in hospitality industry in Nigeria, and that is true. You will see that during that COVID-19, all airports were what? Were shut down. They don't want people to be traveling from one country to another, and they were the most hit hospitality, industry during COVID-19. So tourism, a related industry, contributes about 10% to the global GDP. This was expected to rise in 4 years with significant upward movement in some African countries. Let's leave this one alone so that we'll be able to cover the more important area. This one is just for you to understand what the hospitality industry is all about. And I think I've been able to summarize. Globally, there is an optimistic projection that the hospitality industry will make a remarkable return. They were heavily affected during COVID-19, and they are yet to get their self. But now everything is over. Post-COVID now, is now better for them because they are now getting back on their feet. So that is what they are saying. However, only the prepared can make a quick return. And to do so requires an understanding of the uniquely changing needs to customers and clients. Nigeria needs to take a proactive approach in order to make a par with global best practices and not wait for others to take advantage of the relatively small market that is just making a rebound. Okay? Now, according to dealers, the COVID-19 pandemic will eventually fade, which has already faded away. Nobody is even talking about COVID-19 again. But some companies are yet to recover from that COVID-19. But bit by bit, they will start coming back. Bit by bit, they will start coming back. The economy will recover. That is true. We are recovering, but that mark is still there. And the hospitality sector, restaurant, hotel, casino, sport, etc., will regain its footing and look forward with confidence to a successful, thriving future. However, now it is time for companies to act, adapt to the new normal position themselves for environmental friendly and sustainable business and thrive in the year ahead. For those who are aware of that COVID-19, you see that during that time, nobody is going to stadium to go and watch football match. Nobody is even traveling. Everybody stay at home, locked down straight away. But for the companies that really mean the business, they will find their way back to the roots. Now, let's talk about the business environment and challenges facing the hospitality industry. Now, we want to look at the specific challenges now. The one you mentioned before about Nigeria economy, that one is global and it's affecting all the industry in Nigeria. Either you are hospitality, either you are agriculture, either you are banking sector, any industry you find yourself, the first one is affecting them. But we want to pick the specific one now that relates to hospitality industry. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa, no doubt. We all know that. With a growing middle class and rising international trade and investment, that is correct. The hospitality industry in Nigeria is on a growth trajectory and has shown significant growth over the years, driven by factors such as what? Increasing business travel. That's true. People want to japa, people want to go from one country to another. That is correct. Tourism. Yes, people are moving from one place, especially during holiday. People want to move from one part to another. So if you're old, don't forget, hospitality is also part of tour and what? Travel agencies. So if you want to go to another country, it's also part of the. And the growth of the Nigeria economy. However, COVID-19 pandemic put a temporary halt. When you say halt, it means stop on the industry's growth as the players in the industry grapple with the aftermath of the pandemic. Now, let's look at this one now. Just keep all your questions to the last. We are going to attend everything so that the class will flow. The business environment of the hospitality industry in Nigeria is characterized, supported, or challenged by the following. So let's look. Mute your mic, you please. Just mute your mic so that we can enjoy ourselves. Now, tourism and business travel. Like I said, hospitality is also part of this. Nigeria is a diverse country with many rich cultural heritage. And that is why people from other countries are coming to Nigeria to come and see us, to visit us. And Nigeria is also a peaceful country. Natural attractions and historical sites. When you can go to Oromiyan, you can go to Odudua, you can see all these great people in the past. They want to come and see them. This has led to growth in domestic and international tourism, boosting the demand for hotels. Additionally, Nigeria is an economic hub in West Africa, attracting business travelers and corporate events. That is number one. I believe that place is clear. Economic factors. Nigeria economy is one of the largest in Africa, no doubt. Crude oil and gas exports, telecommunication, finance, agriculture, and recently technological pursuits are what are significant contributors. Economic growth has a direct impact on the demand for hospitality services as it leads to increased business activities and disposable income for leisure travel. So this aspect of the industry is also adding as a positive aspect to our economy generally. Then let's go to the infrastructure now. Adequate infrastructure, including well-maintained roads, where our road is, some parts of the country are good, but some parts are very, very worst. When you talk about the road, airports and communication network, and crucial for the growth of the hotel industry. The communication is not that good in Nigeria. All these our Airtel and MTN and the lights. Sometimes our roads are not that okay. Okay. Now, but all these items you just mentioned are very crucial for every industry in hospitality, every hospitality industry. Now, let's continue. Improved infrastructure makes it easier for both domestic and international travelers to access various parts of the country. At the present, in Nigeria, some of such infrastructure are in a poor state, mainly due to poor maintenance culture. In addition, challenges presented by unreliable power supply, that is the major issue, and inadequate waste management system have adversely impacted the operations of the hospitality industry. Now, if you look at this one, they mention the positive part, they mention the challenges they are facing. So that infrastructure area, there are challenges. Economic factors is a good part. The first one they mentioned is also a good part. Let's go to the third one, which is the regulation and government support. Government policies and regulation play a significant role in shaping the business environment. Supportive policies that promote tourism, investment, and ease of doing business can positively be impacted the hotel sector. The federal government has put several policies in place as a form of incentives, including tax incentive for the industry to strive. That is also another positive thing. Infrastructure aspect is a negative aspect of it, but regulation, they said they have incentives for what do you call it? Hospitality industry. The policy is favoring them. So it means you need to go back and check what are the policy, what are the incentives for what? For hospitality industry. For you to grab it, and when the case or something like that comes during the exam, you'll be able to do that. We are still going to explain that on Saturday, more on that. Now, security concern. This is another problem with infrastructure. The two problems here is the infrastructure and security concern. Security has been a challenge in Nigeria due to factors such as terrorism, kidnapping, and civil unrest in certain regions. Please mute your mic, George. Mute your mic. Security and civil unrest. Safety can affect both domestic and international travels decisions, potentially impacting the hotel sector. Because when they are not secure, they won't be able to come to Nigeria. And when they are unable to come to Nigeria, or they won't be able to travel up and down, when they are not secure, they will not be able to make their money. So that is the aspects of that. We are expecting foreign investors, but they are not coming because of insecurity. Now, competition. The hospitality industry in Nigeria is competitive. We both local and international chain having for market share. That is, they are fighting for market share. Okay? Major international hotel brands often enter the market in collaboration with local partners. So most of the international hotels or hospitality, they will collaborate with local so that they will be able to use them as a what? As a opportunity to enter the market. Yet they face stiff competition from smaller owner-managed hotels and guest houses. When we say face stiff competition, it means they are facing tough competition. Very tough one. Because if you go to, even in my own area here, if you move around, you will see like nothing like 5 or 6 hotels. And if you look at them, they are big hotels. So the competition is very high. Next one is technology and online booking. The growth of online booking platform has changed the way travelers search for and book hotels. You don't need to go to airport before you can book now. You can do everything online, book your flight, do everything online. It's because of technology. So Hotels need to have strong online presence and provide seamless booking experience to remain what? Competitive. That's another aspect. Then H, cultural diversity. Nigeria's diversity culture and languages present challenges in catering to the preferences of various customer segments. Hotels that can accommodate a wide range of cultural preferences and dietary requirements may have a competitive what? Edge. If you can provide for Hausa, you can provide for Igbo, you can provide for all the culture. Or properly, when you want to prepare your food, there's a way you prepare the food. Hausa can come to your hotel, Yoruba can come to your hotel, Igbo can come to your hotel, and they are going to get exactly what they need. So it means you have more competitive what? Edge. Not you are not like a hospitality industry that are only focused on one ethnics. You understand what I'm trying to say? So let's move on. Then continuously changing customer demand. According to the same CEOs of the international hotel chain, the hotel customer is more culturally oriented. If I go to any hotel now, the type of food I'm going to ask for is my own side food. The food we eat in our own side. I can ask them, do you have a pounded yam? Do you have eba? Do you have amala? Because I'm tired of all this rice, I've been eating rice, I can cook rice myself. I want to eat something that is, something it has been longer. I even lay my hands on it. Do you understand? Now, they are more interested in the value obtained for the money spent. Luxurious is a term which has many definitions now and changes around customer perception more than ever. Brand or well-designed hotel is not enough. Having a good building is not enough, but the customer experience matters most. What are you going to give me? How are they recommending? For example, if I want to go to Abuja now, I can just call someone. I've seen so many people on our platform. They just ask, please, where can I lodge if I go for ICAN conference? Where is a good hotel I can lodge in Lagos? Where is a good hotel I can lodge in Abuja? Because they know they are going to get the value. That is the experience. That's the recommendation, referring one to another. Number K, ineffective marketing due to technology shyness. As the technology continues to impact day-to-day human operations, hotels have been forced to reevaluate their marketing efforts to capture the ever-growing online market. Unfortunately, although a lot of hotels have embraced the internet and all aspects of digital marketing, many are still relying on old marketing practices. Some people are still there without making any effort. But now you can go to YouTube, once you click on it, we see hotel. You can go to Google, you can go to Facebook. So many places you can see hotel that you can use. Then next one is difficulties with energy management. When we talk about energy, say a lot of hotels are going green and smoke-free. This is great initiative as the planet fights global warming and other climate-related issues. Moreover, it is also a smart move to get more profit and edge over the competition. What we are saying here is that use of generator. They will on, hotel, they will have to on the generator 24/7. Since there's no power, there's no stable power electricity in Nigeria, they have to be on gen 24/7. And when they're on gen 24/7, what are they doing? They are releasing pollution into the environment, smoke into the environment, and they are using heavy equipment. They are using AC. All the AC must be on 24/7. And in hotel, they may have like 20 or 50 rooms. With each room, we have we have an AC. But now we are talking about energy management. How are they managing all this energy? By using what we call inverter, by using a generator that doesn't use fuel. that will reduce the smoke, that is environment what? Friendly, that does not pollute the environment. And that will happen if everyone wants to go to the hotel and you want to lodge the hotel and you see one that will run the generator from the morning to night, and you see one that everywhere is quiet. Where are you going to go to? I would rather prefer where everywhere is quiet and they will supply everything I need. So that is what they are saying when we talk about this technology aspect of it. Then poor customer satisfaction as delight become what? Expectation. With more technology advancement, the entry barrier are lower. Because the technology now, I may not be able to buy big equipment. I may not be able to buy big generator, but with new technology advancement we have, people are finding it easier to start hospitality industry. Before you can see now, you just see someone that can rent a whole building. They just put there hotel and bar, restaurant. They will see bar. They start putting so many things because the entrance is very what? Is very low. Barrier is very low. You don't need so much capital before you start it. Though you need capital, but not that much. You can as much start small and start growing. A new competitors and disrupts are appearing on the scene. Poor customer satisfaction have been one of the major hotel sector challenges in the past and continues to be so in 2022. This is set to intensify with growing competition and better customer management tools. Because of my time, let's move very fast. I think we have spent almost 1 hour now. Shortage of trained and specialized personnel within the hotel sector. When the staff are not well trained, customer relation is very key in hotel. I can't come to your hotel and talk to me anyhow. The way you are going to, people need respect. They want you to welcome them, smile with them. You must train all these people. All these things are part of what you are going to look at. And when you are looking at the complete case, or when we are meeting on Saturday for the paid class, you have to look at the ethical issue. The ethical issue will likely come within this area when you are related to staff, the personnel. Okay, we are going to look at that area. Now, the sector has suffered from this shortage, but with greater automation, this is said to be more challenging. Hotels that do not prioritize employment of trained and specialized personnel are bound to face more serious challenges in their service delivery. Finding the right people may be more challenging for smaller hotels because they won't be able to afford the payment they are going to demand for. So they may not be able to get a right personnel to handle that particular area. The next one, supply chain management. The role of supply chain management in hotel sector is crucial to attaining sustained competitive advantage. A well-managed supply chain can be the key difference between a successful and unsuccessful hotel operation. Multiple stakeholders are involved in the supply chain of the hotel sector, and they face many operational risks, which may include risk of holding large inventories because they are cooking food, they are selling beers, they are selling drink, they are selling water. They may be tempted to hold much inventories. So it means in your calculation, you must make sure you calculate the inventory ratios. You must make sure you calculate the quick ratio because that one is also part of the inventory ratio. And you must make sure you also calculate your what? Or when you are talking about the pay period, receivable pay period, inventory pay period, and the payable. When you are talking about the working capital, it's also part of the calculation you are going to do because it's relevant to this industry. At high holding costs, risk of preserving perishable goods at high storage costs. Increasingly, the effective employment of IT to inventory management has resulted in significant net benefit to the sector. Let's leave this alone very quickly. Travex Hotel Limited. Now we are now talking about the Travex Hotel itself. Travex Hotel Limited was established in Abuja, Nigeria, as a 5-star hotel. It means it's a big hotel. Now we are diving into real analysis now. In year 2021, by a group of investors who specialize in the hospitality business. Okay? Now, the management of the hotel was given to MTS, one of the top-rated international hotel chains. One of the top-rated. It means they are highly recognized. Travex Lagos was constructed in Lagos in 2010 and started operation in 2012 in a highly broad area of Lagos. Travex Hotels has become the most patronized hotel in Abuja and in Lagos for functions such as conferences, international meetings, and seminars. The hotel is a lodger delight. That is, when you lodge in that hotel, you will enjoy yourself, and has warmed itself to the heart of tourists and travelers visiting either Abuja or Lagos. Any person coming to Lagos or Abuja, they always like to lodge themselves there. Many professional bodies in Nigeria normally host their annual conferences in Travex Hotel. Therefore, the hotel has been improving its bottom line on a yearly basis. That is their revenue. Okay? Now, let's move to the analysis in-depthly now. So it means when you are writing your report, there's nothing wrong if you write your company profile and you briefly talk about the company. Okay? They are one of the top-rated hotel in Nigeria and specifically in Abuja and Lagos. Now, the board, this is the board composition. When you talk about the board composition now, your mind must go back to CSME. What does the board composition is talking about? Travex Hotel board consists of 8 executive and non-executive directors. The current board members are, we have John Dagashi. John Dagashi should be like non-tan person as a chairman. 1. Richard Roy. Richard Roy should be like maybe Igbo guy, I don't know. That is the managing director. Felicia Ademuluyi, that is a Yoruba person. That is balance. Rebecca Pam, we don't know where it's from. Joan Adebayo, that is from Yoruba guy. Amos Sawyer, Tafade Sabi, that should be from Northern. Bolu Adelanwa, that should be from a west of the country, western part of the country. Now you now look at what's the position they are taking. We have chairman, managing director, non-executive director, business development. We have non-executive, we have non-executive, we are independent non-executive. Now, in this board resolution or in this board composition, we have about 4 non-executive. What does the governance talking about? Let's quickly talk about that. Let's quickly look at that, because you must analyze everything one by one. You must analyze everything one by one when you see something like that. So let's quickly talk about that. I believe you can see my screen. Let's move on. So now, from this case, the board composition, the total number or total member is 8 directors. Executive versus non-executive. What is the difference between executive and non-executive? Executive directors, they are involved in the activities of the business, in the running of the business, day-to-day activities of the business. They are involved in that. Okay? That is for the executive. But non-executive, they are not into running of the company. All they just do is to come once in a while when they want to have meeting and then be part of the meeting. They are not collecting salary, but executives are collecting salary. They are collecting their remuneration. Okay? Executive director, in this case, there are two, and that is the managing director and CEO. Then the non-executive director, from that case, we have what? We have 4 and 1 independent non-executive director. This composition provides a majority of non-executive director. 6 out of 8. They have more non-executive director than executive director, which align with the good governance principle of having a strong non-executive presence to hover in-depth oversight. This is a balanced board composition because they have more non-executive director. The executive director will be fighting for their own interest, but non-executive director, I'm not collecting salary. I'm not collecting any profit. All I just want to be is to make sure there's a proper running of the organization. So that first line is giving us a well-balanced board composition. Let's continue. This composition provides a majority of non-executive director. Okay, I think we are done with that. Number 2, what is the difference between independent and non-independent? When we talk about the independent director, in this case, the only independent director here is Bolu Adelanwa. That is where the issue is. They have only 1 independent director. 1 independent director is not what? It's not enough. Best practices recommend having at least 2 independent non-executive director on the board, especially for the large boards. Here, there is only 1 independent non-executive director, which could raise concern about sufficient independent oversight and diversity of what? Of perspective. So we have started the analysis in-depthly now. The one we are doing before is just to familiarize ourselves with the case. But now that we have started, we are now talking about Travex Hotel Limited itself. And where we are starting from is the composition of the board. Then another thing we also notice about the board is the gender diversity. Female representations. We have 3 female directors: Felicia, Ademuluyi, Rebecca, and Bolu. There are 3 females directors. Having 3 female, having 3 female out of 8 board members shows reasonable gender diversity, which align with many modern governance practice. This representation can support broader perspective and is generally seen as a positive factor for the board balance. We have no issue with that. There should be gender diversity. All the boards should not be female, should not be male. All the boards should not be female. There should be female, there should be male. That is gender diversity. And having 3 out of 8 is not bad at all. It's a good one. Let's look at the role, distribution, and expertise. Now, chairman, Mr. John Dagashi, holds the role of chairman. It is not indicated if he is independent, which an important aspect of maintaining objectivity in governance is. For a chairman to be independent, he will be able to maintain what? Independence. That is, he will not be concerned. They will not be able to threaten. They will not. I'm not expecting profit from you. I'm not expecting salary from you. I'm not expecting anything from you. All I just have to do is to be present at the meeting and see what you people are doing, if you are doing right thing, for the benefit of the public. The managing director, Mr. Richard Roy, specialized role. There is a director of business development and innovation, which is Mrs. Joanne Adebayo, which suggests a focus on growth and strategic innovation. It means this company they have vision for innovation, for them to bring someone and put it on that department, that this is your role. All you want to do is the strategic innovation you want to see from you. Now, overall, there is a clear separation of the chairman and CEO role. That is also a positive one. Chairman is not the one that is acting as the CEO. CEO is not the one that is acting as a chairman, which is a positive governance practice to prevent concentration of power. When only one person has the power, they will just misuse the fund and the organization. However, the board lacks directors with explicitly identify expertise in the area of such as what? Finance. They don't have director of finance. So how are you going to manage the finance of the organization? No director of finance in the board. Risk management, there's nobody that is managing the risk or compliance, which are critical in balancing a board with a well-rounded skill set for informed decision-making. What are you going to do when there is no CFO? How are you going to make decisions? Because everything you want to make, all the decisions you want to make must be based on the finance. That is the area you have to look at when you are analyzing the case. Case study is very interesting if you know what you are doing. Board size. An 8-member board size is generally manageable and allows for diverse viewpoints, while facilitating more streamlined decision-making processes. However, given the scale and complexity of 5-star hotel business, as big as this hotel is, it may be beneficial to consider adding additional independent director with special expertise in areas such as finance, regulatory compliance, or risk. That is your recommendation for that aspect. You have identified the problems, what is happening, but you must give them the solution. The solution is just what you have concluded. Conclusion, balance or not, the board does not balance. Travex Hotels balance has several elements of balanced board, such as majority of non-executive directors, such as gender diversity and clear separation of the CEO and chairman roles. However, there are some areas for improvement. You can see the way we put this thing now. The question is balanced or not. You cannot say the board did not balance. You cannot say the board is balanced. That is the judgment we are talking about when you are analyzing case study. You will not say yes or no, my brother and sister. You will sit on the fence. Give the positive one and give the negative part. We have talked about the positive one. They have the CEO separated from chairman. They have no executive director. They have one independent. Now, however, there's an area for improvement. Independent representation. Having only one independent non-executive director may not provide what? Sufficient objectivity in decision making. Adding at least one more independent director will strengthen the independent. That is the recommendation you have done. Then skills and expertise, including director with financial, regulatory, and risk management background who had valuable perspective for addressing industry-specific challenges. Overall, the board is partially balanced, but could improve with additional independent directors and a broader range of expertise to make governance best practice fully. Okay, let's leave that one alone now. Let's go back to where we are talking about. Let's go back to the case you are looking at. Where are we? I want to believe you have your question with you and everything we are discussing is entering. So make sure.
Sir, please. Sir.
Yes.
Sir, please, this thing will help you help us with this material. This material,
Sure.
right?
I'm going to get it. If you are in our platform, you are going to get it. No issue with that.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Now you can see within this thing now, with this what we have here, can you see how many pages I've written about this board of directors? I've written nothing less than 3 pages from what I've explained now. That is the in-depth analysis they want you to know. Use all the knowledge you have gathered from the previous paper. explain what is happening. All the information they are giving to you here, they want you to explain to us if they are right or wrong. Looking at the board of management also, we'll talk about that one later. But let's quickly move to the competition. Currently, the hotel is facing stiff competition. When you say stiff competition, it means tough competition from new entrants. When you say new entrants, it means those who are incoming hotels, incoming hospitality companies, that they can just start with little capital and they will start competing with you into the industry with highly luxurious rooms and suites. These competitors having penetrated the core customer base of Travex Hotel constitute a source of significant worry to management and board. If the management of Travex Hotel does not rethink the hotel business model, underline that business model. When we talk about business model, we are talking about the strategic management. We are talking about SWOT, PESTEL. We are talking about Ashford. We are talking about 5 portals model, 5 forces model. All those things is what they are talking about there. Underline that part. The hotel may soon start to experience decline patronage, which will result in poor financial performance. Now, let's go back to that material I share. I think we are almost done. We are in the financial statement now. Let me now go back to the competitor. Let's analyze the competitor very quickly. Let's analyze the competitor very quickly. Don't forget, this is not the full analysis yet. I'm only telling you what you need to understand. Based on what I'm seeing here, my laptop may go off very soon. But if it go off, I may change the laptop and then we'll continue with it. At least we can still stay for till maybe like 7:30. Let's see how it's going. But in case the laptop goes off, I will log in again. Just remain online. I will come in again with the same link. I will join from the other laptop. Now, we want to analyze the competitors' impact on Travex Hotel. Travex Hotels is facing heightened competition from new entrants in the hospitality industry, specifically those offering highly luxurious rooms and suites. These competitors are successfully targeting the core customer base of Travex Hotel, creating a significant challenge to its market position. Below is an analysis of the situation and few suggested solutions to mitigate the risk associated with the what? With the competition. Let's now look at the competition now. Let's look at the competition now. Number one is key factor contributing to the competition. They are offering luxury offerings. That is, competitors haven't raised the bar with the state-of-the-art facilities. They are building a very big, what do you call it? Hotel, 5-star hotel. That's what they are building. A nice building that will attract people. They are also targeting customers base of Travex. The value proposition shifts. These competitors could be focusing on delivering a higher value proposition in terms of exclusive experience, personnel services, and modern amenities, which could be drawing away Travex Hotel loyal customer. They will give them more interesting things that Travex will not be able to render. So if Travex Hotel is sleeping, they will get all their customers. Aggressive pricing and promotion. You will see they will reduce the price. New competitor could be leveraging, introductory pricing loyal program or special deal to attract customer, which could further disrupt Travex Hotel pricing strategy. If they are not careful, they will just see that they will reduce their price. If Travex Hotel is collecting 50,000 per room, they will collect 30,000 per room. So these are the strategies they have to be careful. What are the impacts on Travex? They will lose of market share. or loss of market share, they will not have enough customer again, because if they have 50 people in the market that are visiting hotels or they are visiting hospitality industry, the new entrants will share that 50 with them. So they will not be able to get the revenue they are getting again. Decline brand loyalty. Customer who once preferred Travex Hotel for its luxury experience may be enticed by more innovative offering, reducing customer retention and loyalty. You can't keep me for life. If I'm not getting what I'm supposed to get for like 2 years, 3 years with you, I will move to another place. The same thing, if I'm attending a tutorial or a ICAN center, and I've been writing a particular paper for like 5 years, one time I will try another place and see if those people can settle my problem. Why not? It means I'm going with them. That is the competition. Another thing we have here is reducing revenue. It will reduce the revenue. It will reduce the profitability of Travel because they will not get the revenue they're supposed to get again. Suggested solution. What is the solution? There should be facility renovation. They should upgrade their facility so that to be able to compete with the competitors, the new entrants. Exclusive experience. They must be able to get experienced staff that will be able to give excellent services to the client. Wellness and sustainability focus. They must make sure they have a friendly environment. These are the recommendations we are going to put together to form our report by the time we meet on Saturday. Then, what are the things you can use to strengthen the customer loyalty? Loyalty and membership program. Let them feel at home. Make them part of something. Organize training. Organize awareness, health talk. Let them be part of the organization. Launch or entrance a loyal program that reward frequent guests. Those who always come to you, reward them so that you'll be able to keep the customer. Referral programs. Introduce a referral incentive. Those who are referring them to you, introduce incentive for them, at least for you to enjoy this room, enjoy these services for free. Let them feel at home. Let there be relationship with them. Then difference through service excellence, personalized services, high-end event hosting, improving marketing and digital presence. It's not until they will come to your office, let them do it online. Make life easy for them. Rebranding and digital marketing, target marketing, dynamic pricing model, value bundling, cost management and operational excellence. These are the areas Travex Hotel must look into in order to overcome the competitors. In conclusion, because of our time, Travex Hotels must adapt to the competitive pressures it faces. Ladies and gentlemen, this laptop will go off very soon. Just wait for me. I'll be back shortly. Just wait for me so that we can conclude this case. Wait for me. I'll be back shortly so that I can change the laptop and continue from where we stopped. Okay, my people, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I'm sorry about that. Let's continue from where we stopped. Okay. Let's go to the final part of it. So the conclusion of the recommendation or of the competitors we are analyzing. So they said Travex Hotel must adapt to the competitive pressures it faces from new entrants. You cannot say because you are facing pressure from the new entrants, you will now run away. You still have to remain in the business. All you just have to do is to get a new strategy to also pick up with them. By rethinking his business model, that's why you have to understand, and valuing proposition, upgrading his facility, 1, strengthening his customer loyalty program, 2, differentiating through services excellence, 3, enhancing digital presence, 4, and revisiting pricing strategies are key strategies to mitigate the risk of decline patronage, because they must continue to keep their customer. With the right combination of innovation, thank God they have innovation manager, innovation director. It will be the one to be in that. And operational efficiency, Travex Hotel can regain its competitive edge and continue to strive in the luxury hotel market. Let's go back to their case now. I think we have been able to analyze 2 now. We have analyzed the board of Travex. We have also analyzed the competitor aspect of it. Let's go to the next aspect of it. The next part of this is the next exhibit. That is exhibit 5. Exhibit 5 is talking about the financial statement. And when you look at the top of that financial statement, they said Travex Hotel Limited 3-year summary financial statement. Summary financial statement from 2022 to 2020. From 2020 to 2023 or 2022, sorry. So they are giving you 3 years financial statements here. Definitely, they are going to give you additional, like one more year. So it means you'll be analyzing like 4 years in the exam. So you know that will take you enough time. So that is why you must practice now, so that when you get to the exam, the speed will be there. You are familiar with the figures. You are familiar with the calculations you want to do. Do you understand? Now, this is another thing. They may give you additional information, at least maybe like 2023 financial statement. And you may not even make use of them in your analysis. They may not give you other companies that is in the same industry. They can give you a co-hotel, and they can give you what hotel again? There's another hotel they can give you that are very popular as well. Sheraton Hotel, Eco Hotel and Sheraton Hotel. They can give you that too. You will now need to analyze Travex Hotel, Eco Hotel, and Sheraton Hotel. You will analyze 3 of them together. Or they can give you another small hotel. Maybe you want to acquire them. They can give you all these smaller hotels for you to analyze. So it means you will analyze those ones, and then you will use it to make your decision in your report. I'm going to tell you, when are we going to know? How are we going to know that this is what we are going to do? How are we going to know that we are going to use the whole financial statement of Travex? How are we going to know we are going to use the smaller ones that they give us? In the requirements number 1, they are going to put it there. They will say you should prepare the financial detail analysis or whatever. If they want you to use group, they will tell you. If they want you to use the one of Travex, they will tell you. If they want you to use the industrial average, they will tell you. If they want you to use the one of region, they will tell you. Don't worry, we are going to do that on Saturday. We'll look at the calculations and what they ask us to do. Today is just to introduce ourselves to the case, nothing more. Now, from those who have attended our class from this diet, for the case study, looking at this, you should be able to tell something now because you have done something like this in class so many times. The revenue is growing from 9.5 to 21, from 21 to 31. The cost of goods sold, the cost of sales is also growing from 3 to 6 to 9, but it's not as much as the what? As the revenue. If you look at the gross profit also increased. If you analyze this one now in horizontal, we have horizontal analysis, we have common size analysis or horizontal, we also have vertical. If you analyze it this one by one now, you will know that this company is doing fine from revenue to the cost of sales and to the gross profit. But from the other operating income, we have 1, we have 1.4, we have 2.5. We also have impairment. Looking at the financial statement tells you that this financial statement is a group financial statement. It's not a single financial statement. For you to have impairments, not even only the impairment, if you go back to let me take you to the financial position. From the financial position, what are you seeing there? You are seeing, let me show you. From the financial statement, you are seeing from here, you are seeing equity attributable to what? To the owner of the company. You are also seeing what? Non-controlling interest. That is group account. So this financial statement you are seeing is a consolidated financial statement. So probably when they want to give you in the exam, they are going to give you subsidiary of Travex Hotel. There are so many things they can come up with. But don't worry, let's continue to match with them. On Saturday, we are going to review everything we need to review. Now, let's go back to that income statement. Don't forget in requirement 1, they said performance. It means your focus is going to be on the income statement. You must be able to prepare all the analysis, trend analysis, and the ratios that relate to the performance of the organization. Gross profits, net profits, all those ones. You are going to do all those ones there. We have no issue with that, I believe. In the first page of the case, we also have, they ask us to calculate the weakness of the organization. That one is talking about the financial position here. You are going to use all this information here to calculate those areas. And necessary, if you like, you can also do some analysis on the trend area of aspect of it. But we don't have issue with this one. If you want me to show what we have done so far, I've already started the calculation on that, but we may not look at that today. That will be on Saturday. That will be on Saturday. Let me see if I have that open. I think I have it open. Let me quickly check if I have it open. Let me see if I have it open. I don't think I have it open here. Okay. Oh, it's not open. So it's not open. Don't worry. On Saturday, we are going to look on that. We are going to look at that particular one. I believe my screen is still sharing. My screen is still sharing.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, so this is not the one I want to share. So don't worry. Let's leave this one alone. I will share that one with you later. So let's continue with the case. Let's continue with the case. The case we are explaining. So we have talked about from Exhibit 1 to Exhibit 5. Let's go to Exhibit 6. What is Exhibit 6 talking about? Exhibit 6 is talking about the innovation. It's talking about the innovation and the sustainability. Hospitality, business, sustainability, and innovation. When we talk about this sustainability, in short, we are just looking at how they are managing the environment in which they operate. You know, hotel, they run generator almost 24/7, and they burn all this smoke and the lights in the environment? How are they managing it? How are they giving back to the environment? Research shows that two major drivers of competition and profitability is the hotel sector today as sustainable business practices and application of technology to innovation in business processes. In fact, in today's global business environment, companies that fail to take sustainability initiative seriously run the risk of going out of the business because of raising consumer awareness. Many people are aware now that every company must be what? Must be economy friendly. Corporate behavior is shifting to as institutional investors increasingly favor sustainability business practices and government over incentives and tax benefits for going green. Historically, the hotel sector has had some negative impact on the environment in ways such as impact of water, because they flush water, they use all this dirty water. You will see them when people use room, you see dirty water will flow out and the like. And energy consumption and heavy use of materials that produce solid and hazardous waste. They are going to use bottle, they are going to use waste plastic what do you call it, plates and all these things. Now, hotels consume a high level of energy for heating, ventilation, and air cooling operation, lighting, and other power needs. Therefore, many hotels have taken sustainability issues very seriously and now going green. Also, hotels are developing strategies to reduce greenhouse emission. When I say greenhouse emission, is the smoke they are releasing in the environment and waste. The development in technology, hotels are using the following initiative strategies in their sustainability business practices. What is it? One, automation of conservation of water and energy. Then they also use magnetic key card facilities. These key cards are acts as connector to complete the cycle and allow the flow of electricity. The moment these cards are taken off from their slot in the rooms, the cycle is broken, resulting in power cut off. So instead of having electricity supply in all the rooms consistently, when nobody is in that room, all they just have to do is to remove it and the power will cut from that particular area. Green energy. Many hotels have invested in solar heaters, biofuels, and wind farms and geothermal energy. Solar power is one of the best ways to harness and store energy for use as an alternative source of electricity. Implementation of 3R. When we talk about 3R, we're talking about reduce, recycle, and reuse. That is, all their waste materials, how are they disposing it? Because they are cooking every day for their customer. They are using sewage, water, wasted water. How are they using them? Are they reusing it? Or they just flush it into the environment, into the streets, and it starts causing diseases, spread diseases in the environment? There must be 3R in the use of eco-friendly environment. Reduce, recycle, and reuse. I believe we are all familiar with this. This one is in our science notebook in primary school for those who go to proper primary school. Then we have chat boards. In-person customer service for hospitality industry using AI. It's not compulsory until you start calling them, they will not pick. They may not have enough people to pick the calls. But if there's AI, you can just be chatting. Like ICAN now, they also have a chat bot. There's a particular number you can chat ICAN. By the time you drop message, whatever you need, information will come to you. Also, because I'm using a particular insurance company I'm using for my own for my pension. If I need my statement of my pension, I will just chat that particular number and everything. They will supply all the information I need. That is chat post we are talking about. That is part of customer relationship we are discussing about. Robots adopted by some hotels can provide guests with information they need when interact with them. Maybe you want to ask how much is the room. They just charge the number. They will give you the information you need, and you are okay with everything. This will add immense value to customer support in the hotel sector, which has quite a few routine queries. Indeed, AI has the potential to redefine the hotel business. Number B, keyless entries, smartphone operated room. With free companion apps in the market, it is now possible to control hotel room remotely through phone and tablets to turn on the TV, browse and order for food, and so on. It is one of the best hospitality technologies that have already been in operation in many hotels now. So probably Travex is yet to implement all these things. You have to look for it in the case if they have started using this. If they are yet to start start using this one, look at the suggestion you can give, the recommendation you can give to them. Because if you look at this exhibit 6 now, they did not talk about Travex Hotel Limited. They are talking about the innovation that is going on in hospitality business. So these are the things you are going to look at in unseen. If any of these things have been implemented, if they are yet to implement them, you will suggest all this to them. You will suggest all this to them. Reuse, chatbot. Even in your investment appraisal you want to do, it might be the chatbot they want to, the machine that will do the AI machine. Maybe that's what they want to do. Maybe they want to go to domain. They want to use internet. All these things we are going to discuss extensively on Saturday by God's grace. So now let me leave floor for questions now. At least we have been discussing this case for about 2 hours now, good 2 hours. I believe you have enough information now. You should not be afraid of the case study. All you just have to do is to get information. You need information to pass case study. There's something that you will sit with it. You will read, you will not understand until someone explains to you. So you need a good understanding of the case, and you need good analysis that will give you opportunity in the exam. You need to understand the case and the analysis. When we talk about analysis, we are talking about the calculations and how to write your reports. What are the likely things you should be expecting? Those are the things you need during the examination. Now, let's take questions. If you have question, you can drop question. You can unmute yourself and ask question. You are free. Apologies for intruding. Please, I need help with material. Anyone? No problem. Will we before we start?
Hello, sir.
Yes, you are free to ask your question.
Okay. Hello, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. My question is, all that you have mentioned, are they what is going to come in the body of the letter or in the requirement? I just want to understand where all that we have discussed this night, where we can put them.
All these things we have been discussing since morning will be in the reports. Nothing in this case is useless. Nothing in this case is useless. From exhibit 1 to exhibit 5 or exhibit 6, they are all useful. And there will be a way to put them in during the time you are writing. We are going to do that on Saturday, but on Saturday meeting is not free. It's a paid class. That is where we are going to discuss. I'm working on the report already. So before Saturday, the draft report will be ready. And the calculation of ratios will be ready. And the prediction, what we are expecting to have as requirement 2 also will be ready. And we will look at it extensively before you go for the exam. So you will see the way we are going to put all these things in the report we are going to have on Saturday. Have I answered the
Okay,
question?
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank
All
you,
right.
sir.
Any other person? You
Hello,
can
sir.
drop.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm with you.
Hello, sir.
I can hear
Hello,
you.
sir. Please, sir. In terms of ethical issues, so where should we be looking out for, sir? Ethical issues, sir.
In this case, Abi,
Ethical. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, based on what you have done here, one of the ethical issues is that, if I want to state it now, is that this financial statement is not audited. But we don't know, from this case now, they did not mention it is audited or not. So I can only pick that one now, that this thing is not audited. That is one point. But if you now get to the examination hall and they said this is audited statements, that one is nullified. Then there's going to be other ethical issues in the full report. Then I'm also looking at the, well, so far, what we have seen so far, there's no issue about ethical. The board of director is different from ethical issue. We just tell them that the board is not balanced and these are the things they have to do. But currently, I can see that the accounts, financial statement given to us is not audited. That is number one. Then, in the aspect of staff they are mentioning, they said they're talking about staff. Let's see. Please mute your mic. They are talking about the staff. They will not be able to afford good staff and the likes. We can be looking at that one as well. But we are going to talk about all these things on Saturday by the time we meet, by God's grace. Are we good to go with that? Any other person? Any other thing?
How much is the pet
I
class?
have a question, Mr. James.
How much is the pet class?
Okay, for the paid class, it's just 5K. And the 5,000, you will have access to the reports, the calculations, and prediction that is likely to come on the exam day. So that's just, you can chart the number. The number, I've been showing my number since morning, but if you still want to have it, you can have it 070 84 19 5077. My name is James. Okay, yes, Madam Esther. Any question?
My question is looking at this financial statement prepared. What came to my mind was we are going to do ratio analysis on it, but also I also got a material which you shared that we should do a break-even analysis. So I'm trying to compare, like, how are we going to relate break-even analysis to this financial statement?
You know, there will always be two requirements. Requirement one is ratio analysis.
Okay, sir.
Requirement two can be investment appraisal. Requirement two can be liquidation. Requirement two can be restructuring. Requirement two can be CVP, break-even analysis. Requirement two can be any calculation from PM or SFM. So we talk about that on Saturday, don't worry. But requirement one is that thing. Ratio will be there.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Please, for those of us that don't have access to the platform as of accountant,
Okay.
because we got a link from our friends, our colleagues. So how do we send proof of payment if we make payment, and how is there a way we can get the group link so that we can just be added directly?
Okay, no problem. What we just need to do is just chat the number I just mentioned. I can call the number again. So once you chat me, we even have a general group that is different from paid class that we can relate, talk about the accounting stuff. So you can be in that group. Then when you make payments or you want to join the pre-scene analysis, I will now add you to the normal group. So let me drop the number again. That number I'm dropping is also the same thing as my WhatsApp number. So if you chat the number, I will send the link to you and we can communicate from there. So let me just take the number again for those who did not get it in the first time. It's 070 84 19 5077. That's all. So from there, we can pick it up from there and then we call. We can discuss from there. So I think some people are dropping messages. I'm still expecting more questions while I'm reading what they
Hello,
post. Yes, and with
okay,
you.
good evening, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned something specifically that our responsibility in this precinct determines the position. It was likely going to determine the positions of where the questions will come out from. In terms of financial analysis, financial statement analysis, business proposal evaluation, business forecast and assumption evaluation and reports.
Exactly.
So I remember during your analysis, you mentioned CVP analysis for financial analysis, and you mentioned one other thing for financial analysis. So I'm trying to pick up that other point. I think I omitted that.
I'm not sure I mentioned CVP here too, but what I'm saying is that your responsibility. Yes, can you hear me now? You can hear me, right? Your responsibility they put in that case. Let me quickly scroll to that so that everybody will know what he's trying to say. This is the responsibility he's trying to say. So this responsibility you are seeing
in Exhibit 1. Okay.
Exactly. So this responsibility you are seeing here, this is what they are going to form. They are going to compose together to be your requirement 1 and requirement 2. Case study always have 2 requirements. Requirement 1 can be any other thing, but is always maybe out of 10, 9 from the past question will be your ratio analysis. So when you're talking about ratio analysis, you can be talking about the trend and the normal ratios. That is requirement 1. Requirement 2 can now be any topic from PM or SFM. And one of the topics from PM or SFM are investment appraiser. We have limiting factor, like last diet was limiting factor. We have merger and acquisition from SFM. These are the topics they can put as requirement 2. If they're not going with only that, they can also have what we call business analysis or business model. That will come from your CSMA. That is when we'll be talking about value chain. We're talking about Pestel. We'll be talking about what again? 5 forces analysis. They are all there. They can put those 2 together as requirement 2. But your requirement 1 is ratio and trend analysis, especially when they mention performance. Performance is actually pointing to income statements. I believe that is clear now. So we are going to be talking about that on Saturday. But what I'm looking at, based on this hospitality, I'm already looking at the topic they can test from PM or from SFM. So when we meet on Saturday, we will discuss those ones, and I will give an example of question we will just solve so that we have idea of what is likely to come out as a question to solve. I believe it's clear now. The person that asked the question. Are you clear now?
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. Network threw me out.
Okay. So what do you want to do now? Are you okay? But I believe you are here now. So in a nutshell, what I've said is that the requirement 1 and 2, which is what we are going to find in Unseen. In fact, it will be a first page in Unseen. It will be a summary of what they have listed in this requirement 1. We have about 5 points here. They will just summarize these 5 points for you into requirement 1 and requirement 2. And that will be what we are going to do on the examination day. Don't worry, since you are joining our Saturday, we will talk more on that. On Saturday will be both physical and online. So if you are not in Lagos, no issue. If you're in Lagos, you can come physical, no issue. Any other questions so that we will not waste our time?
For the physical, sir,
Yes. For the physical, what's the question? For the physical is Bagada phase 2, if that's the question you want to ask. For the physical is Bagada phase 2. For online, you will get the link. You can decide which one you want to join. You are not missing anything. Everything will start simultaneously at the same time and will finish at the same time. We are communicating to everybody at the same time. So you have no issue with that. If that is the question you are trying to ask. Any other question? Ask question, ask question, ask question. Go over the case, read over and over and over. On that examination day, I'm not expecting you to go with this.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Okay. The Saturday class, where is it going to be? Where's the venue for it?
For physical, is Bagada phase 2. For online, we meet online like this, but both will be at the same time. At the same time, the same material we are sharing at the same time. So we have no issue with that.
Okay, is it going to happen simultaneously?
Yes, simultaneously.
Okay. All right, thank you. So then what's the cost?
Just 5,000 query. It's not much.
All right, sir. Okay. All right, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay, I think we are good to go now. I don't think there's any other question. At least this meeting should be able to reduce your fear now. Fear of case study is the beginning of wisdom. So what we just need to do is to get questions. Get information for you to get familiar with it. That's all. You have nothing to fear about. You need to get the information. You need to get familiar with it. Go and get research. Use Google to get more information. Okay? And make sure you are good to go. Any other thing before we close for today? Okay, no questions.
So,
All right.
So in terms of the research, say we should browse. Let us browse about the hospital, the Travex and whatever. Maybe when they originated and stuff like that. Right?
If you search about Travex, they may not use their real financial statement for you. So don't bother. Don't bother. What you can just do is to search more on hospitality. Search more on hospitality, and from each of these requirements, like what they said now, draft report for partner based on the operational and strategic business analysis. You can set operational and strategic business analysis in hospitality industry. You will get more information on that each point. Do you understand now? Business focus and assumption in hospitality industry and recommendation. You will get more information from that. Then you put them down. It means you are gathering information. That is the research they ask you to go and do, and the analysis that you are doing now. Those are the research they ask you to do. Do you understand? You can say performance analysis and report on the performance of hospitality industry. Look for that. Get information more on that area. You are preparing yourself for the reports before Saturday, so that when I'm talking, you flow with me. You can see the way I analyze the competitors. You see the way I analyze the board. Those are the things they are expecting you to analyze as a professional. Look at, not that everything is fine. They are all fine, but you must see something is wrong. Something is wrong. Everything cannot be perfect. Those are the things you need to identify. Okay, any other thing online? Are we good to go now? Any other information, any other question you want to ask? Or you can postpone everything to Saturday when we mean by God's grace.
Nothing, sir. Thank you.
All right. I think Adedoyin wanted to say something before.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to say something.
Okay.
I was talking, but I think I was muted. So, the I think the first exhibit that says that you are done, Kabir, writing to fast forward. Okay, so it says that you have to report to Michael Chukuma, partner in charge of the hospitality group within the firm.
Yes.
So you mentioned that it's a external report, but it says that it should report to the partner in charge. So I believe that the partner in charge of the hospitality group within techno consulting services. I mean, Dan Cabrera is in techno consulting service, so he's writing to someone also in within the firm. Is it that he's writing on behalf of that person, and the partner in charge will review what he has written and then send it to Travex industry?
So it's going to be an external report anyway, because Dan Kabil is writing on behalf of Michael Chukuma, but they are writing to the board of Travex, which is the third party. So
Okay.
that is just the composure of that statement, the way they have analyzed it, but no issue with that. We are still going to keep our finger crossed and see what is likely to happen in the report. But for now, it looks like external report, but that is not the final. When you get to the exam, they can change it for you, but make sure you understand. What you just need to do is to understand the requirements. No issue with that. Okay, Mr. I think wanted to say something. Chibuzo or something. Sorry if I didn't call the name very well. Let me look at it. Are you still there? Chineka or Chibuke? Are you still there? I think.
I said
Okay.
thank you.
So the question have been answered. That's what it means. Okay, no problem. So please let's meet. Let's continue on Saturday, sir. No problem. That's fine. So we'll continue on Saturday to finalize and get the reports. Thank you so much. I wish you good luck.